interesting topic is on ethical writing for research paper. It's our privilege to have a very eminent speaker and an expert in the topic, Dr. Sumit Narola. Sir is a professor and director of MIT School of Communication, deputy head of MIT TV, editor-in-chief of the Journal of Content Community and Communication, and a brand ambassador of the Emerald South Asia. Sir, it's really a privilege to listen from you, gain some insight. Me along with my all faculty colleagues from the SIS, from all the facets, whether it is school teacher, management college, engineering college, we have experts from higher education forums also. So we are waiting to listen to you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you everybody for joining at this late hour. 7 p.m. is the time that everybody enjoy with the family, but I wanted to spend it with you and you also decided. So thank you for joining. So I will be quickly sharing my screen and I will be giving you some of the live examples of the fraud which is happening in the research in India. We have caught many journals. We have given the details to the authorities so that they can be delisted, discontinued, and many more related work. So I will be having some slides and I will also be showing you some of the live examples. I will be switching off the camera to save the bandwidth, and as well when there is anything required, I will switch on my camera. So we all can switch off our camera and can just enjoy the journey together. So the forum is open for question answer. You can ask me any question anytime. Do not wait me to stop. So that's the point. So let me now first share the screen with you. So if you have that screen, yeah, can you see this slide, the first slide?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yeah. So you can see that it's a hands-on live training session on how to catch fake, predatory, and clone journals. So I would expect some data from you also, that if you give me some data, I will be able to check it in front of everybody that this can be fraud or a wrong journal. So let's define what is a cloned journal. I have my definition. You can have your own definition also. So it is a counterfeit mirror of an authentic journal that exploits the title and ISN of legitimate journals. In contrast to predatory, clone journals are more likely to accept papers from authors since they have developed as the mirror image of the reputable journal. So basically, they misuse the original image of the reputable journal. So if a journal is of reputable interest to them, there might be a chance that it can be a fake journal also. So it is very, very important for us to genuinely check the details of the journal as and when we apply for a paper. And I will show you the live examples of fraud one. In India, at the moment, there are 250 plus fraud journals working continuously. And some of these counterfeit journals actively chase authors through a modified email message saying that the call for paper. We need to understand that if a journal sends you a call for paper, it is a fraud journal. The journals which are good never send the call for paper on emails. It will be on their website and then you download it from here and then it is circulated. The journals will never send you an email. Please mind it out. The journals will never send you an email for a paper to publish in them. So be very, very careful. Authors may be duped by these solicitations into paying and publication fees, which is an open access fees. And you need to understand that open access is a very, very beautiful concept, but these fraudsters have misused it. They will say that in open access, you have to pay 40,000, 50,000, sometimes 1 lakh. Yes, in some journals, it is required, the APC. But the fraud ones will say that you give us 4,000. So they trap you in 4,000 to 5,000. And at the end of the day, you lose your money, your research and everything. So this is what cloned journals are. The next one is a predatory one. So they're a bit different than the cloned one. It is called the right-only publishing or deceptive publishing. It is an exploitative publishing business model that involves charging publication fees to authors without checking articles for quality and legitimacy. And they will not provide the editorial and publishing services, and they will just publish your paper in 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. The difference is that your paper enters the database and then it is discontinued. In cloned, the journal is totally fraud. They are regarded as predatory because scholars are tricked into publishing with them. Although some authors may be aware that the journal is of poor quality or even fraudulent. New scholars from developing countries are said to be especially at risk of being misled by predatory publishers. According to one study, 60% of articles published in predatory journals receive no citations. So if you're not getting any citations, that means you might have published in a predatory journal. And yes, it can be by mistake also, but we need to save ourselves from these mistakes now onwards. So what do you understand by impact factor? It is also a point of concern for us because everywhere in India, there is a discussion on impact factor. So just understand there are only one impact factor that is given by Web of Science, Clarivate analysis, and the site score by elsewhere. If any other company is giving you the impact factor, they are fraud. In India, there are around 35 fraud companies which are giving you the impact factor. I will show you the list of these fraud companies also. So as and when you see the impact factor from these fraud agencies, do not publish with that journal because the journals are giving you disinformation. So be very, very careful from this fraud and disinformation. Now let me go live and show you some of the live examples related to the discussions that we are doing. So first I will show you the fraud impact factor, and in between you can ask me the question if you have any. So impact factor versus site score. So this is a formula. It will be in front of you. This is a formula. Just look at it. The impact factor word, why Web of Science only? Because it is the copyright and trademark of Web of Science. And they have this formula. And one thing is very, very important. The print journal cannot have impact factor. If it is online, only then you can use the word impact factor. And that too, if you are in Web of Science. The second is citation received in 4 years in Scopus has to be divided by documents from 4 years. So you can see articles, reviews, conference papers, data papers, and book chapters. So this is site score, and it is a monthly affair. And Scopus has started it for the Scopus index journal only. If a journal is in both Scopus and Web of Science, it will have both the things, site score and Web of Science. If it is only Scopus, it will be in Scopus. It will only have the site score. So I'll give you the live example. So I'll show you our journal, Journal of Content, Community and Communication, is the only journal in India, only journal in media category in Scopus databases, which is run by university. We have another that is by the Sage, but this is only journal in the entire India, which is run by university, which is run by us. I'm the editor in chief. We started this journal in 2015. In 2018, it got indexed. So I'm signing in. I have my university access also, and I can utilize my Gmail ID also. So at the moment, I am going with the university access because it will give you a lot more insights. And I have taken the remote access for some time. So I signed in. And then this would be the landing page. On the landing page, I'll write the name of the journal, Journal of Content, Community and Communication. You go to that journal, you will see the landing page says that the area is communication. Very, very important point to understand. That area is communication. And then you go there and you will see it is written like that. And the content coverage, this is the ranking, steadily and gradually growing. And the site score is like this, right? So we do not have the impact factor. If my journal claims to have an impact factor, that means we are doing a fraud. So it is very, very important for you to understand. If a journal talks about the impact factor, you need to check it at MJL. That is the master journalist, which is being provided to you by the Web of Science. So if I type here MJL, master journalist, it is a very, very important part for you also. So here you can enter with your Gmail ID, create free account. I have created, so I'm logging in. A free account will give you a limited access. That would be fine for us. So I'm putting my Gmail ID here, entering the databases, and here I can have the access of the journals. I can just see the journals. I cannot see what is happening in them. That would be the limitation. So here it is downloads. It is freely downloadable. And this is the list, JCR 2023. So it is very, very important for you to see that this is the impact factor list. Now, if you have any question, before that, I will also be showing you the fraud list. If you have any question, anybody related to impact factor, you can unmute and ask. Anybody? So no question at the moment. Let me show you the fraud impact factor agencies from which you have to be very, very careful. So here it is. So this is misleading matrices tab. So these are misleading matrices. So these companies which are given in alphabetically order, if you see these companies, gives you fraud impact factor. So be very, very careful as and when you have the impact factor on the journals from these companies, the journals are predatory or cloned. Right? Now, what would be the reasons for that? So reasons are like that. The website for the metric is non-transparent and provides little information about itself, such as location, management team, and its experience. The company charges journal for inclusion in the list. The company values will always increase. So the second point is they do not ask the original companies will not ask you for money. If your journal is Clarivate indexed or Scopus indexed, they will not ask you for any kind of money. Once indexing is done, it is fine. You do not need to pay anything to anybody. But they misuse that. The fraudster says that the Clarivate is asking for money. Elsewhere is asking for money. No, they never ask for any money. Our journal is indexed. We have not been asked for any kind of money by any indexing agencies, which are renowned. So be very, very careful. If somebody is asking you for money on behalf of Elsevier and Clarivate, they do not ask. The values for most of the journals will increase. So basically, this is a fraud value. It will keep on increasing. You keep on giving them the money, it will keep on increasing. Then the company uses Google Scholar. It's very, very important. So Google Scholar has no algorithm to screen quality and the indexes predatory journal. So the point of concern is that if you are thinking that your journal is Google Scholar index and it is a very, very big achievement, no. Google Scholar indexes everybody. Google Scholar has no criteria to catch this fraud in Indian academics. So be very, very careful from this gimmick also. The word impact factor cannot be used. And the seventh would be the company exists solely for the purpose of earning money from questionable journals that use the gold open access model. The company charges the journals and assigns them a random value. Then the journals use the number to help increase article submission. So it is chor chor musere bhai. So fraud company will get back to a fraud journal, give it them a fraud impact factor, and then those company and the journal will earn out of your research. You will send them your original genuine research. You will send them your money also. So you lose everything, your research paper and your money as well. So these are very, very important parts in this area, impact factor, we need to understand. Now, anybody, any question on impact factor? There might be some point in your mind. You can unmute and ask.
Sir, I have a question.
Please, ma'am, go ahead.
Sir, you are saying that if the print journals don't have impact factor,
Yes,
even
ma'am.
otherwise, if any journal doesn't have impact factor, so whether is it cloned or predatory, how we are going to
So it
identify?
might be cloned, it might be predatory, but it is doubtful. A journal which is not having an impact factor, showing an impact factor is a doubtful journal. So we will categorize it later, but the first point is that it is a doubtful journal. So categorize we can be like it can be cloned, it can be predatory, but it cannot be a genuine one because you need to have the genuine information on the journal. Why a journal is giving you disinformation is a question. Is a question to be asked by you.
Okay.
So
Thank
that
you.
is a very
Yeah.
very, very important part. If they are using the disinformation of giving you wrong impact factor from a fraud agency, we need to check back to them.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Anybody else? Please, there might be some questions on impact factor. Usually there are many questions on impact factor, but if you have understood, it's good. So I hope they have understood the concept of impact factor. Now with impact factor, your H index is also connected. So I will now take you to H index and I will give you the live example of H index also. So H index it plays a very, very important role in our academic life and everybody talks about the H index. So basically I'll give you the meaning and the calculation of your academic footprint, which is your H index. So I will take you there and just look at the formula. So this is an important formula. You can take the screenshot of this formula also. So we are calculating manually the H index. It means organize articles in descending order based on number of times they have been cited. In the below example, an author has 8 papers that have been cited 33, 30, 20, 15, 7, 6, 5, 4 times. This tells us that the author's H index is 6. How it is 6? Here it is. An H index of 6 means that this author has published at least 6 papers that have each received at least 6 citations. So you getting my point? So your citations have to match the number of papers that you have published, and then that will be your H index. So it would be very, very important for you to understand that your H index plays a very, very important role in your life. Right? And this is the role that they play, that it gives you academic visibility, which is a very, very important part because most of the interviews, they ask you for your academic footprints also. Right? So now you can calculate your own H index also. And if you see your H index, there are 4 types of H index: your own H index, your institution H index, your country H index, and the journal in which you are publishing H index. So there are 4 H index, and these 4 H index are in Web of Science also. And there is one more H index for Google Scholar, but that is not recognized. Google Scholar H index is mostly flawed. So most of the people do not recognize the Google Scholar H index. So it is very, very important for you to understand that the H index will be from the Scopus databases or from the Web of Science databases. Now, if you haven't published into the databases, you will not have the H index. You will have the Google Scholar H index, which might not be that reliable. So it is very, very important to publish with the journals which are in these databases, so that you should have your own Scopus ID also, a number which with your name will be generated when you enter the databases, and from there your H index will be calculated. Now, if you say you have one paper, and in one paper you have 100 citations, it does not mean that your H index will be 100, your H index will be 1 only. Right? Here it is. The first paper that has been cited at the time gives us 1 only. So there is one paper that has been cited at least once. So if you just stay here, one article, 30 citation, so your H index will be 1 only. It will not be 33. Right? Now, anybody, any question on H index? Or I assume that you understood the H index also. If that is the point, the crowd is very, very intelligent, which I've got this time. Otherwise, there are sometimes questions and a good discussion. But maybe it's evening time and we are a bit relaxed and we will watch the recording and then we will ask the question. But that will be late also. But if you can ask the question right now, that would be better. Otherwise, I will keep on covering the topics. So anybody on H index? So I hope you have understood the H index. So let's go to the
Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
High index, does it mean that the author is quite recognized?
Yeah, high H index means the author is quite recognized. High H index of country, H index of institution, and high H index of journal. All these are related to your high recognition.
So it
in
is
the
not.
area.
It is not a 1 or 2 very scholarly articles which has got more citations that matters, but it is the quantity that matters.
Usually it's better if you have 5 papers and then your H index improves. With one paper, your H index will be 1 only. But with one paper, you have 2000 citations, but H index will remain 1 only. So with some 5 to 10 citations, 5 to 10 papers, then you can have a good H index. And in all the 5 H index, like in all the 5 papers, your H index is 60. All the 5 papers have got 60 citations. Your H index is 60, which is a very, very high index because the universities usually have this much of H index.
Got it. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yes,
sir,
ma'am.
does that mean that then for each, whenever we are trying to publish any research articles, it should go for multiple different journals rather than sending it to a particular journal or somewhere?
No. You
Go
have
for
to send
variety journals as well
your
then?
paper will be published only once. You can send it to 10 journals, no issues. But it will be published only once only.
No, for example, if I am right, for example, let us say that I have published 10 papers so far, and all the 10 papers are in 10 different journals.
Yes, good.
So
It
then
is good.
the possibility of H index is more, right?
Possibility of H index will depend upon the quality of the papers. If the papers are good, you have good networks, people are following you, your H index will gradually improve. You can publish in any journal if your paper is good. So yes, it depends upon the journal also. If the journals are really very good, people will automatically cite you. Sometimes you have to help yourself in getting citations, that you send your paper to the people.
Okay.
That they should cite you. Like my H index is 9. So I send my papers to many people. Some people criticize it and some people say, yes, we can cite it. It is a genuine paper. So it is a kind of thing that you have to do for your research, for your H index and all. You need to be active throughout your research period, and you need to be actively seeing that how a journal is helping you in that, because journals do a lot of work in getting good citations.
Okay, sir. So,
that
the good journals are the journals with the high Scopus index will help us to get better.
yes, the journals which are Q1, and
Okay.
SCIE and ABDC A star, automatically gets a lot of citations because a lot of people are following them and they do cite the papers who get published with them. So there is no need to do your own hard work. But with some journals which are Q3 and ABDCC and ESCI or UGC Care 1, you need to put a lot of hard work for the citations because that journals do not have that much of publicity.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, in the given example, on what basis H index has been taken as 6? I mean, is there any formula or
Yeah,
what?
this is a formula, ma'am. 6 papers equal to 6, na? And then just read this line. I'm highlighting that line. An H index of 6 means that this author has published at least 6 papers that each have received at least 6 citations.
Okay.
So this is the formula.
Okay.
So, when it is co-authored by people from different countries and different
Everybody will have a different H index, so all will get the benefit. I have couple of paper co-authored with different countries. Sometimes I am the 10th author. So no issues. If a citation is being given, it will be given to all. If there are 15 authors, all 15 authors will get that citation.
Thank you.
Right? So no problems in that. Once you have collaborated, all the benefits will come to you collectively.
Suppose if I have published 8 articles, but each of them have been cited only 2 times and 3 times,
then your H index will be 2. That your H index will be 2.
H index will be 2. The maximum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It will be 2. If you have like 6 in all the papers, it will be 6. If it is 5 in all the papers, around 5, it will be 5. This is how they calculate.
Oh.
Right? So H index plays an important. Yeah.
So my question is with respect to APC. Now there are good journal, they charge you APC, and then there are clone predatory journal, they also charge you APC. So how to differentiate between a good journal with APC and a non-good journal with the APC?
So everybody, now we are shifting to the topic from H index to APC. So let me clear it out of APC first. So I'm just closing this WhatsApp and all. So let me now open, I'll give you the live examples. So we published a paper with a journal named Benchmarking, right? So let me show you what is the quality of that journal. Benchmarking. So this is the website of this journal. It is an international journal and it is just opening. So this is benchmarking, right? About the journal, I'm clicking. Look at the indexing and matrices. Impact factor 5.6. Scopus site score tracker is 10.2, right? So that means it's a good journal, everybody?
Yes.
Indexed in both, and then you go down, it is in AB Web of Science also because of the, and it is in Cable's whitelist and ABDC also. So it has all the indexing. So it is one of the best journals. So now we publish in it, and when we published, they sent us this mail when the paper was selected. After 1 year, I'll show the timeline also, that how much time it has taken. So what does it say? It says, please select your publishing option. Now, what does that signify? That whether you want to pay us the APC or not. If you want to publish open access, I have to pay them £2,600. You can see on the left-hand side. If I do not go for that, the paper will be lock and key, and I will be able to see the paper after 3 years. Yes, I will have the copy of the paper, but I will not be able to send it to any platforms, and it will be under lock and key. And who can read that research? Published research is accessed only by publication subscribers. So for those who has the subscription of Emerald will only be able to read my paper. So I said, okay, I do not have this much of APC, and I went with this. So if you are going with a very big journal of this repute, either you have the APC model with you, you need to pay, or you go with open access and your paper is in lock and key. So now the questions come, what to do? It's up to you. Usually people go with lock and key. They do not have 2,600 pounds with them. But if you are in a foreign university, they provide you the money and then you go for 26,700. So the point is, it is very, very important for us to understand that the APC will be required by some journals, but we need to see what is the value of that. Who is the publisher of the journal? Where to pay, when to pay, whom to pay. We need to clear all our doubts in that. Only then we should go ahead with that journal. So in benchmarking, we knew that it is one of the best journal. So that is why. We went ahead with that, but we didn't pay the APC. So APC is required in certain journals. So it is our prerogative to understand that whether we need that APC or not. So there is a live example.
Yeah. So can we also interpret this as ki if APC and genuine journal, they will give you both the option, lock and key and open access.
Lock and key and APC also. Some journals, they write on the website that we will charge the APC chahe kuch bhi ho jaye. So I'll show you that example.
Got it.
Some journals are like that. They will ask you.
Okay.
They will certainly ask you, and they're good journals. They're not bad journals. So like Big Data and Society. It is a SAGE journal, and they have asked for 2,000 APC under all circumstances. Here it is on the website. So where to pay, when to pay means that you need to pay to the publisher. They will issue you a voucher also. Do not send the money to a person who is independent or a standalone publisher. If you want to pay the APC, just look at this. So they're asking, and they're also asking that the articles commissioned by the editor, the APC will be waived. If it is a very, very good paper, and very, very good paper, sometimes they remove the APC also. They don't want the APC. They want the paper. Because that paper will bring a face to that journal. Na?
Yes, sir.
So this has also
Thank
happened.
you, sir.
Most of the time, those who are after the APC are into the category of fraud. Usually they discuss, like Emerald has discussed with me, Dr. Narula, what do you want? I said, I cannot pay the APC. Kehte, koi baat nahi. You publish a paper with us because paper is good. If a journal is pressing on APC, then there are doubts. Right?
Yes, sir.
So Sage Journal also said that 2,000 is there, but yes, we will consider the request. So this consideration chance is always there.
Yes, sir.
Right. So APC, everybody, if you have any question related to APC, I can share some more data or more information, you can ask. I'll show you more into now I'll show you the timeline also, because a lot of the people will ask the time.
Sorry for the interruption. I have a doubt in APC, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Sir, actually, certain kind of publication charges are levied by Indian journals as well, right? So how do we differentiate them between whether it is...
Indian journals, we need to see whether they are indexed or not. If they're ranked, they're very well managed and ranked, we have to pay them the APC. To run a journal, we are running a journal, we spend 2 lakh rupees a year. Okay. So at the moment, the university is very, very judicious to give us 2 lakh rupees, to give me 2 lakh rupees to run the journal, because we need to buy the plagiarism software, we need to buy the Crossref subscription, we need to manage the website. So it is a costly affair to run a journal. So university is judicious enough. But some journals have to pay it from their pocket. So they will charge you. Let them charge you, but we need to see the ranking of that journal. If that journal is not indexed anywhere and does not have any standing, they do not require any money. Right? Okay. So we need to see Indian journals which are asking for APC or asking for money, what is their standing?
Okay, so we have to actually check it from the UGC website, Careless Journals, and then we have
yes, Careless, Scopus or WebOSign, on the behalf, on which behalf they are asking. That is the point.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
We need to know, na?
Yes, sir.
If that journal is not indexed anywhere, it is like Champak Nandan. Champak Nandan cannot ask you for that. It's a comic. So they cannot charge you for it. But if a journal is really very good, they can charge you, because running a journal requires money.
Sir, again, one more little bit in depth. It might be looking personal. For example, people like who are experienced will be able to, for example, now you are into this field for a long period of time, but for a person who has just completed her PhD or anything, and just into the higher education sector, it is very difficult for me. It's my own example, nothing else. So how can I differentiate between whether it is okay or should I go for it or shouldn't I go for it? Because Many times it is not possible for us to ask any of our professors or any of our.
No, we have started a helpline. Let me show you that helpline. We have started a helpline to help you people only. In that helpline, you email us and we will get back to you in 48 working hours. And we catch all the fraud journals around the world. And we will tell you the details, whether to pay, when to pay, or not to pay, whom to pay. We will clear all your doubts. You write an email here, and in 48 hours, you'll get the full information. We have our center, MIT Center of Excellence for Detection of Fake News and Disinformation. And we are catching a lot of fraud journals every day. And we will provide you the rightest information which is there in the market about that particular journal. And then you decide. So you're not alone now. Okay, so even if you are a young researcher or a first-time researcher, you are not alone, you are not late for anything. We will be there to help you out. That is why we do these kind of awareness workshops. This is not the only workshop. I have taken 700 plus workshops, hands-on training, awareness workshops, capacity building workshops
That's why I
in
asked,
this area.
because you will be able to identify with the name itself, because benchmarking you said, and suddenly immediately now I came to that it is a journal which is worldwide famous. But so that's what I wanted to know, because even I should know what is the standard that is.
So standard we will give you. Otherwise, you go to the website of that journal, in which journal you want to publish, and explore the website. Everything will be in black and white on the website, because now after some time I will show you live examples of fraud website. Then you will be able to differentiate between a fraud and an original website. And when you know the differentiation, you will be able to you will be able to do the things.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. I will show you some of the fraud websites also. At the moment, we are genuinely discussing genuine journals.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Next question, anybody? So this helpline is everybody. You can write it down. It is for you only. Now I'll show you the timeline of the benchmarking, that how much time it took us to publish in benchmarking, which is one of a renowned journal in the area of management. There are other journals also, but I'm talking about benchmarking. So I'll go to this data, and here is the benchmarking timeline. So if you look at the timeline, we submitted the paper on 29th September 2022. Can you see that? 29th September 2022, and we got the acceptance on 11th August 2023. So it took us around 1 year of hard work, and there were 4 authors involved in it. I was the corresponding author, and we had the diversity because one author was from Lucknow, another was from Symbiosis Nagpur, one was from the Ford School of Management, Gurgaon, and I was from MIT University, Gwalior at that time. So you can see the diversity in which we started this work. So the timeline says usually it take around 9 to 12 months to publish in a good, genuine journal, which is in all the databases, which is in AVDC, Web of Science, Scopus, and into the related ones. So it is very, very important for you to understand. Right? So anybody, if you have any query on timeline, so the answer to timeline would be around 9 months to 12 months minimum to publish in a genuine journal. So if you are a PhD scholar, start your working now. If you have the 2024 target, start working now, so that at the end of August, September, you will have a paper with you. If you think that you can publish in 2-3 months, then there are chances that you are in a predatory or in a clone journal, because that journal take away the timelines and publish quickly, so that more and more people can be trapped.
Sir,
Sir, even if APC is given, then also it will take that much time?
Yes, I have shown you the example of benchmarking. They are asking for the APC.
अच्छा, हाँ, okay, fine.
1 साल तो वो ले ही रहे हैं ना.
years.
अगर आप वो बिग डेटा एंड सोसाइटी वाले में डालेंगे, सेज वाले में, वो भी 1 साल लेता है. एपीसी तो उस जर्नल को चलाने का खर्चा है, रिश्वत नहीं है जल्दी जमा
Okay.
कराने का. दैट इज नॉट अ
Okay,
ब्राइब दैट
got
वी आर
it,
गिविंग
got
टू अ
it.
जर्नल कि आप जल्दी कर दीजिए. वो तो उनको उस चलाने का खर्चा आपसे लेना है.
अच्छा, ठीक. Okay,
उस
sir.
तरीके से जाता है. राइट.
hello,
ओके, समबडी.
sir.
हाँ सर, गो अहेड. हाँ
Sir, if timeline is not there, does that mean the journal is again a clone or predatory or maybe a fraud?
टाइमलाइन तब मिलेगी आपको if you are publishing through the online system of that journal. Some journals works with the email, then you need to carefully understand that. You need to see that what is the output and quality of that journal. Like our journal, टाइमलाइन जो आपको मैं फोटो दिखाई है ना सामने, ये
Yes, sir.
तब मिली है
Yes, sir.
आपको, ये फोटो तब मिली है जब आप ऑनलाइन सबमिशन बोर्ड से जाते हैं। ऑथर का
Got it.
डैशबोर्ड
Got
पूरा
it,
बन
sir.
डैशबोर्ड बनता है। कई जर्नल्स का ये नहीं होता, उन जर्नल्स को बड़े ध्यान से फिर चेक करना पड़ता है।
No, no, it's perfectly okay, sir. But then if timeline, what I mean to say, if I'm submitting on a day, I don't have review, I don't have anything straight away, it got published, then there are possibility that there could be
110% इट्स अ
clone.
फ्रॉड केस, 110%। विदाउट चेकिंग अगर पब्लिश हो रहा है और आपसे रिवीजन ही नहीं करा रहा, तो फ्रॉड के केसेस सबसे ज्यादा उसमें।
Thank you, sir.
मैं भी दिखाऊंगा वो एग्जांपल भी। इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट देयर शुड बी रिव्यू, देयर शुड बी फ्लैग चेक, देयर शुड बी फुल डिस्कशन, otherwise it's a dangerous case of fraud journal, right? Anybody, any question now? So timeline is clear, H index is clear, APC is clear. Let me now show you some of the fraud journals so that आपको एक idea हो जाए। Go live again. So there is a journal name, बड़ा odd सा नाम है, OT Research Journal. Here it is. You go to the website, they have used the SEO, search engine optimization, and this is the first journal that you see. Although this is a fraud website. So even a fraud website can be at number 1 in Google, because if you use the search engine optimization, a fraud website will be on the top. So this is a fraud website. And now I will show you 10 red flags on this website. And after those 10 red flags, you will be able to catch every fraud journal on your own. And I will show you some more examples, but let's catch it with the red flags here only. So the first red flag, they will write, the fraud journals will write UGC Care Group 2 active journal. Why? Because we are their target. Indian research scholars are their target. Now, a journal like benchmarking, which is automatically Scopus 2 index journal, why it is not writing Scopus, why it is not writing UGC Care Group 2 here? Tell me. This is the indexing of benchmarking. Why UGC Care Group 2 is not written here? Anybody? Why? Because they are not worried about that. For them, UGC Care indexing stands nowhere. Rather, they will avoid writing it here. Otherwise, there will be so many Indian papers with them. So what the fraud journals are doing? Let me take you to the fraud website. OT. First red flag, they will write UGC Care Group 2 active journal. Right? Second red flag, open access. I've told you about open access. So open access means that you need to pay the APC, you need to understand the ethos of open access, but these fraudsters will show you written open access and will take away money from you on behalf of writing open access. So it is very, very important for you to understand that open access will also be a red flag. Third red flag, an ISO certified journal. How can a journal be an ISO certified journal? So be very, very careful in that also, that a journal does not need any kind of ISO certification. This is not a pipe business or a business of steel that you need an ISO, but they write it because they are fraud. The fourth red flag is multidisciplinary. These journals write multidisciplinary. Usually journals are interdisciplinary. Multidisciplinary means there is some smell of fraud. So be very, very careful from the word multidisciplinary. And you are also multitasking. You are not multidisciplinary researcher. You are multitasking, but interdisciplinary researcher. Fifth red flag is the usage of Gmail ID. You cannot run a journal with a Gmail ID. It should be an official email ID. So if a journal is calling you through a Gmail ID and asking you to send the papers on Gmail ID, be very, very careful. It is dangerous to send the papers on Gmail IDs because these are fake email IDs. Sixth red flag, you click on the contact tab, nothing will be provided to you. You do not know who these people are. So that is why there are many cases of money laundering also. I will show you that also. Seventh red flag, you see the editorial board, names are fraud, cut, copied and pasted, no information. So if you go to a genuine journal and check the editorial board here, you will see the official information of those people. So genuine journals give the official information of the editorial board. Fraud journals will not give you any information because they are fraud. Red flag number 8, simple grammatical errors like the spellings of archives are wrong. Right? Red flag number 9, call for paper, all the areas. Just look at it. All the areas. Even date palm, जिसको हम खजूर बोलते हैं, they will take paper in that also. You give them any word, they will publish in that. So that is a concern that they are fraud and they publish anything. Red flag number 10 would be in cases of money laundering, they will ask you to pay them through the international routes, PayPal, wire transfer, Western Union, pay you money, so that you are unable to catch them in the later stage once they are caught. And from the last 3 years, they are publishing. And why we are not catching them? Because the IP address is not from India. So if you look at the current issue, you will see these two papers at the moment. And if you search it down, there are many fraud papers which have been published by them. So if you go to the archives special edition, here are some of the issues. Like if I randomly check September 2023, just look at these. Any languages papers are there. So this is the first example. 250 these kind of journals here are in India. I'll show you more examples. Now, anybody, any question? But before any question, let me give you where is the original journal. So how do we search it? We will go to the Scopus or to the databases of Web of Science. I'm going to Scopus and I will type OT. Scopus will self-populate it if it is in Scopus. So I have written OT. It is in the databases, self-populated. I clicked on it. And then you see the area is philosophy. It is a philosophy journal, not multidisciplinary. I clicked again to get more information. It took me to the landing page of Scopus, in which OT is there. It will come in front of you. Now you will see that the publisher is an Italian publisher. Publisher is an Italian publisher. So it is coming up now. The internet is taking time. And then we will go to that website, which is publishing in Italian language. So let's wait for 30 more seconds. But it is very, very important for you to understand that you have to check the journals like that. So here it is, you can see at the moment we do not have the source homepage here, but I can search it from here, 33 documents. And here also we do not have the homepage. So we'll get back to this journal again. So we will leave it here. But if I type OT again here, I can see the website here because I've opened it many times. It is showing me here. So now it will take me to the original website. Here it is. This is the original website, which is in publishing in Italian language. Right? And what we saw was this fraud journal. So it is very, very important for you to understand that publishing in fraud journal is not the right way. Now, anybody, any question?
Sir, in
So one more
Scopus,
question.
if it is showing that journal, then how are we going to understand the difference? I mean,
Scopus will give you the source
isn't
homepage here.
it very
It is not,
confusing?
yeah, it is confusing, but just look at the original website. Scopus will give you the link of the original website. If it is not there, you can go to Schemago. So Schemago also gives you the link of the original website. So we'll go to Schemago. If it is not in Scopus, we'll type OT here because it will give you the link of all the Scopus index journals. And after typing OT, it will take us to the original journal. So I am typing OT here. Enter. With capital A, I will write. Schemago has that information. And at the moment, there are some errors sometimes come, but we will be able to reach to the original page. So if it is not there, we have to leave that journal. Like I'll show you another example. So if you go to Xi'an Journal of Architecture and Technology, it is again a fraud Chinese journal. This is the landing page. This is a fraud website. We will copy the name from here go to the databases, click on sources, Chinese journal name, here it is, architecture journal, and here you will have the source homepage. Okay, this journal also doesn't have the source homepage. Let me give you another example. So Scopus usually gives you the source homepage. Sometimes Scopus do have the error, but it is very, very rare. So I will log out again and log in so that if there is some wrong data with me, that can be cleared. So I've logged out. Now I will log in again because Scopus helps us in getting the landing page, original landing page, because it takes the data from them. So I'll again type Xi'an journal. Here it is. No issues. If it doesn't have the landing page here, we will go to Schemago. Schemago, we'll type the name of that Chinese journal. Here it is, that Chinese journal. It is from China, Science Press. And here it is, homepage on information. Click on homepage. It will take you to the regional website, which is in Chinese, publishing from China. We are unable to read a single word. It will just come in front of you. We are unable to read a single word because it is in Chinese language. But the fraud journal is publishing around 100 papers every month. So this was the original one, and this is the fraud one. All the red flags are here also. Impact factor, fraud impact factor, multidisciplinary, UGC care, and UGC care group 2, screenshot of Scopus databases, no contact information, no editorial board, and current issue has papers like this from all over India, right? And the original journal is this. So this is a point. We have to check every journal into the databases in which they are. If they say they are in Scopus, we will check there. If they say they are in Web of Science, we will check there. If they say they are in ABDC, we'll check there. We have to check them to see where the original journal are. We have to doubt now because of these fraud journals.
Sir, if a particular journal's details are same in Scopus, Shimago, and other authentic websites, that means they are definitely authentic.
Genuine,
Genuine.
110%. Yes.
Okay, so that is also a way to figure out that whatever journal we are targeting is correct or not. Like if we can see its details as same in all three of
Yes,
them.
definitely. That is the main concern, that
Okay.
the details should match into the databases with the original website. So like if I go to, I'll show you the journal website, Journal of Content, Community and Communication, and the landing page should be the same from the Scopus also, if it has there today. They might have removed all the landing pages, so we need to see that also. So Journal of Content, Community and Communication. This is the website of our journal, which is a Scopus Index journal. Now I'll go to Scopus. The website is this. Now let's see if Scopus brings us here or not. So I'll type the name here. Journal of Content, Community and Communication. Once again, and let's see. So I think they have changed the concept of having the source homepage here. So here also there is no homepage. Usually they give us the homepage, and from their homepage we matches that. In Web of Science it is like that there will be homepage. If it is not there, maybe it will come tomorrow. Usually homepages are there, right? Or we can check it from here. Content coverage, 23 documents, and view at publisher. DOI not found. So there is some error with the Scopus at the moment. Otherwise, it is very, very easily checkable, and you can check it. Now, anybody, any question?
Sir, then so far I am using Google to find out journals from literature, journals from cultural studies. So that is a wrong
So
path.
Google, like if you go to scholar.google.com, And if you type the name of a fraud journal, Adalia, you will see the papers of a fraud journal here. So Google Scholar will give you all the papers. This is a fraud journal, Adalia. Here it is. So the
Okay.
paper is shown, and the people are citing it. So I'll show you Adalia first. So you go through this Adalia, and just look at this website. This is a fraud website. Now you are using these papers in your own genuine research. Your paper is bound to be desk rejected. So even if it gets published, later stage also it can be retracted because of fraud or wrong references. And it is by mistake. You are not doing it intentionally, but it is by mistake it is happening, but because of the lack of awareness amongst us.
Okay, no, I never use Google Scholar. Generally in Google, directly from Google, if we type for journals on literature, for example, are we doing right? Or we have to go to Scopus Index and then find it?
It's better to go via the Scopus and Web of Science. You can go through
Web
Google
of
also, no
Science.
issues. Everybody does not have the Scopus access. So you can go via Google Scholar, but we need to be very, very careful of your findings now.
Okay, sir. And it is Web of
Sir.
Science. Right? The website is Web of Science.
Web of Science. That is a different website.
Web
We'll
of
go there
Science.
also.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
when you check for plagiarism, even it is checked with whatever is published in these fake journals?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. The plagiarism software will scan the whole internet. So if a journal is a cloned journal, so it will catch that also with the original one.
So what do we do when we don't have access to those very pricey Scopus sort of?
No, it is free. The limited access is free. So you go to Scopus and make your account with your Gmail ID. Like I have shown you with the, I'll show you with the MJL. So Scopus also gives you a free account with the limited access. You can use that. I have the full access because it is, you can see by the MIT University and using the remote access. But if I log out, I can enter with my Gmail ID also.
No, but will I be able to access the journal?
Yes,
which
you
is
will be
being
able to.
cited?
Yes, you will be able to see the journal's homepage, the landing page, and the other pages,
Okay.
and the number of papers also that they are publishing. So
I
it
may
gives you a
be
lot
able
of
to,
information.
I may be able to see the abstract and then I can validate.
Yes, yes, you will be able to see the up to the level of abstract. You will be able to see.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So made your account with Gmail or whatever ID you have, and then you can have the access. Anybody else? The question?
Sir, my question is with reference to special edition. Can you
Yeah, these are
correct
also
something
doubtful.
about
Some special editions are doubtful. We come out with special edition. In our journal also we come out with special edition, but that needs to be done very carefully. And you also check that very carefully. If a special edition editor is not at all related to the topic, or some Irani, or some Iraqi, or some different countries, so be very, very careful. Or some Afghani, where there is not much of the research is happening, and they become the guest editor, and then they will call you to publish together. So be very, very careful that this can be a trap by these journals. We need to check the profile of the guest editor. And sometimes it is doubtful.
Thank you, sir.
So it is very, very important for you to understand the nitty-gritty of a special edition. That special edition has to be done with due diligence.
Sir, like how you showed us now Schemago and Scopus, could you please show us ABCD and Web of Science as well?
So let me take you to ABDC first. ABDC is simple. You go to ABDC, go to their website, and they will provide you the list. Every 2 years they update the list and they downgrade the list. So this is ABDC for you. A simple list. There is no database management by them. Then about the MJL list, you go to the Web of Science MJL. So here, sir, you can see it is written, welcome Sumanula, and I have made my simple ID. I will log out and I will show you that how you can enter again. So make your ID, make your account in Web of Science, which will be a free account. So at the moment it is Logging out, yeah, it logged out. Here it is. Create free account. Create your free account in MJL, Master Journalist of Web of Science, and then click on login and enter with your Gmail ID, and you will have a lot of data with you to ponder upon. You can enter with your ORCID ID and other IDs also. And here now I will type the search Adalia, which I've showed you that a fraud journal. So I clicked here on Adalia, which is a Web of Science index journal, but has been made a cloned website. So you can see the information here. Click on view profile page and more information will come out, and here they will give you this home page. Here it is. Now I will click on this visit site. It will take you to the original website, which is in Turkey, publishing in Turkish language. And what we saw was this. This was the fraud Adalia journal, and this is the original Adalia journal. So in Web of Science, they will give you the homepage. In Scopus also, they give you homepage. I don't know why it is not working. Both these companies gives you the original homepage because they are culling or taking the data from the original websites. So it is very, very important for them to give us the source homepage from where they are taking the data, so that if we catch the clone website on our own, we can compare it with the original website on our own. Right? More example of fraud one, Zidian University Journal. There are 35 Chinese journal in India at the moment. 35. You can imagine. Again, just look at this journal. Now, can you catch it on your own?
Yes.
UGC Care Group. It's there on top.
Yeah, it's there on the top. So this is the first red flag. All the 10 red flags are there. UGC Care, multitasking,
Scopus
screenshot of
is there.
Scopus. Yeah, Scopus screenshot. Yeah, submission last date throughout year. So acceptance, 48 hours acceptance. There are journal which gives you 1 day acceptance. Again, you can see impact factor 5.4. I'll show you that example also. A Belgium journal, originally it is in Belgium. We have the fraud website here in India. They will give you the acceptance in 24 hours. Here it is. Just look at that. So if you are in a hurry for publishing, you are not on the right track. And they are waiting for the people, those who are in a hurry to publish. So timeline is very, very important for you to understand. And if you are with the timeline, you will not be trapped and caught by these fraud journals.
You can see even from the quality of the website.
Yeah, the quality of the website is also poor. That is also a kind of red flag, which we can add. It can be 11th red flag then.
So even the instructions to the authors may not be there.
There are, they cut, copied and pasted.
Okay.
So if I go to
Call for
the
papers.
proposal, yeah, archives, again, you can say spellings are wrong. Guidelines, publication ethics, they speak about ethics. The fraudsters are speaking about ethics. So they cut, copied and pasted it from some other publications. Again, all the areas. Right. So have you understood the problem? It is a very, very big problem in India. And now you have our helpline and our detail. You message us. I'll give you my mobile number also. I'm very active on WhatsApp and LinkedIn. Do not call me because I do not take the unknown numbers, but you can ask me on WhatsApp and we cache the journals, and 48 hours the time that we require. So you need to verify now from today onwards, so that we must know that this is a fraud journal, and it will increase our data also. Because we are also having a lot of data of fraud journals. If you have any journal, I'll check it in front of you. You can ask. You ask if you have any journal, I'll just verify. So in the chat box, I am giving you my mobile number, everybody. Here it is. You can WhatsApp me the journal and I'll check it for you. And the helpline acdfnd@ggn.mit.edu would be the helpline for you.
Sir, is this the same case for presentations as well?
Yes, ma'am. For presentation also, we need to be very, very careful. 80% conferences are
we
fraud.
go for the journal,
because,
by the journals, we go for the presentations, no? So that's why I asked that question.
yeah, it is very, very important. Most of the time, the conferences are not that good because there is a lot of nexus. And you see that people go to the conferences only to have fun. Not much of the good research is coming up from the conferences now. So if you reduce that also, the presentations and all, that would be fine. You must go for paper publication with genuine journals, and that too through collaborations or with your guides. If you are into PhD with your guides, if you have done your PhD, so go for collaborations and publish together.
So is your phone number that you're given, is it on WhatsApp?
Yeah, same number is on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay, because it just said
Yeah.
that not registered with the WhatsApp and asked me to invite you. That's why I checked it. Thank you.
Just a second. Let me see the number again. Which number I have given? So, no, this is there. It is there. It is working. You can see the WhatsApp. It is working. It is there. Okay, Saqib has given us the name of the journal, Journal of Basic and Applied Research. So let me check it. Saqib, is it indexed anywhere? The Journal of Basic and Applied Research. This is a journal Saqib is asking us to explore. So just look at this, Journal of Basic and Applied Research International. This is the website. Again, not a good looking website, but let's explore. We're clicking on indexing and you can see discontinued. So this journal is discontinued and let's not publish in this journal. Right? It is discontinued. To verify it, we will again go to the databases of Scopus and we'll put the title here. As per Scopus, this name does not exist. So we will write like that. So it does not exist in Scopus, but they say that they are discontinued. So basically, it's a predatory journal. And a discontinued journal have no value. So this was this journal, which is discontinued, and content coverage. You can see the outlier behavior, that why it got discontinued. This is also a very, very important point for you to see that from 69 it reached to 550. This is an outlier behavior. So it is very, very important for you to understand that what is an outlier behavior. In the outlier behavior, the journal's publication or the journal's papers increase manifold, which comes under doubt. So this is called the outlier behavior. If a journal is doing this behavior, that means it has turned predatory. So even if it is not discontinued, this time it is discontinued. Even if it is not discontinued, it is a predatory journal and very soon will be discontinued. So this kind of checking you have to do now. If you are unable to do that, you do not have time, you write to us on the email, you write to us on the WhatsApp. We will give you that help. Free of cost, we do not charge. This is the service that we are doing for the nation building from the last 3 years. Until today, we have saved around thousands of research scholars, universities, and many other from these fraud journals, because with our technology, we are able to catch them before anybody else catch that. And that is why we give these capacity building and awareness workshops. Now, if you have any question, otherwise, that's enough. That's enough from my side. And we will do some more sessions together and we'll bring out some more data. And I will show through the timeline, through the data, I'll try to answer some of the other queries. So this workshop data, the cases of author selling, because we are talking about the ethics also. Just look at this case. If you have this kind of advertisements coming to you, please do not believe in them. They are fraudsters. The journal is fraud. These people are fraud. So you can see position 1 booked, 2 booked, 3 booked, but others are being asked for money. Please do not go with them at all. 110% these are fraud. Author selling is a crime. and publishing with them is also a crime. There is a lot of retraction because of the author selling. So be very, very careful from this author selling.
Exactly. What does that? How does that work, sir? Author selling?
They will be on the Facebook page, and if you click on yes, they will contact you and they will add you into the paper which is under review, and take money from you.
Okay. Oh,
And
okay.
then people will catch you, and then your paper is retracted, your money is gone, and you will lose everything. People are watching these author sellers, and they are caught in the later stage.
Got it.
Right. Right. Anybody else? Any point or any question? Okay, so no question at the moment. So you ponder upon the discussions that we have done. You have my detail. Please message me. I sit on the system at 9:30 every day, 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 in the night, and 11 to 12 in the morning during the office hours. So I will be able to reply you during then. So if you have any journal, any verification, you will mail us or you will message us, and we will get back to you. Saturday, Sundays are usually off, so I don't work for that. So thank you, everybody. So any other question from your side?
Sir, in the calculation of H index,
Yes,
uh,
ma'am.
book chapters, if at all are present, the citations to it
No, book
are
chapter
also
nahi.
considered. No,
Book chapters are considered, but at the moment in that formula, it should be online only.
on
Everything which is
research articles, only
oh,
research articles.
no, books can also be there, but that book should be online.
Yes, that's what. If it's an online book only,
Yes.
then
If it is an
also
online book only, yes.
okay,
And it
okay.
should be indexed. It should be in Scopus, or it should be
Mhm.
in Web of Science. It should be an indexed book.
Okay.
If it is not indexed, then again there is a doubt.
So there is a query, do paper published in IEEE Explore get high H index?
No, it's not like that. We need to see that if it is IEEE also, we need to see that whether the ranking of that, even if it is high publication, you need to see IEEE is usually known for the conference proceedings. So let me check it out. So IEEE Explore, let's go there and check in Scopus the evaluation. So here it is. IEEE Explore. I don't know what is it. Scopus is going mad at the moment, right? So IEEE Explore. So Explore EXPLORE or XPLORE. So IEEE EXPLO. There's nothing here.
Sir, it's
X.
a XPLORE होता है.
So it does not exist in Scopus. अब sketch index कैसे पता चलेगा? जो exist ही नहीं कर रहा Scopus में. Basically, it's a library of IEEE papers and all. So it's not like indexed. Yes, you can publish with them in engineering.
Sir, on top it was written explore, top left side.
हाँ ये लिखा है ना एक्सप्लोर.
Yes.
यहीं से तो मैं सर्च कर रहा हूँ इसको स्कोपस में जाने के लिए, बट या तो आज स्कोपस में कोई टेक्निकल फ्लॉ है, ये ढूंढ नहीं पा रहा डेटा. देखिए इट्स नॉट से इट्स एक कुछ और ही हो रखा है जिसको. सो इट इज नॉट स्कोपस इंडेक्स अगर देखा जाए तो, बट मेरे हिसाब से होंगी एक्सप्लोर मस्ट बी इन स्कोपस. सो वी कैन सर्च थ्रू वेब ऑफ साइंस. Here also it's not in the database. It's not in the databases. So there are many other things in IEEE. So you go with them, which has a clear-cut names like that. So IEEE Explore are not in the Web of Science, nor in the Scopus databases. So I would not go with them. Inside IEEE Explore, there are many agencies. You should go with them. The names are here like that. IEEE Access, IEEE ACM transactions, IEEE ACM transactional computational, IEEE ACM transactional. IEEE Explore does not stand anywhere at the moment. Maybe that's the database of all the IEEE bases.
There is one journal called ijlmh.com.
IJLHM.
LMH.
IJLMH.
M.
This one.
Yeah.
Malhar, Madhya Pradesh. This one. International Law Management and Humanities.
Yeah. The name looks a little dubious though.
Dubious, yeah. Whatever international is dubious in India. So they say that. So they say that they are indexing Manu Patra, Google Scholar, he and all. So it's a predatory journal. And that too, they're working on WhatsApp with us. And then Scope database is again a cloned database of Scope. So this is a very, very bad sign. And general factor is again a dubious impact factor. SGIF is again a dubious impact factor. This is a predatory journal. All the indexing is being done into the predatory agencies. Do
So
not go with them.
publishing here will eventually at some point in time will also bring down the credibility of the author, right?
Definitely. You can see in contact details, you don't know who these people are. No information is provided to you.
No. Even if
So-
I publish some five in 5 good journals, and if I have 2, 3 in this, then that may not speak well for myself, right?
At the moment in India, you will not be caught. You can publish in a
Okay.
fraud journal, can get away. As simple as that.
Oh,
At the moment. At the moment. In 2023. But the way the strictness is coming up, the way we are doing the awareness workshops, the way the universities are checking the databases, the way the rankings are getting more tougher to crack, it will be caught one day. So better we should not publish. But at the moment, people are publishing and getting away.
Okay.
I'm giving you the real picture. They are publishing in fraud journals and they are not being caught. We know we have the data, but the universities are somehow not doing anything. But they will be doing it. Not today, but tomorrow. There will be action on the fraud journals and the people, those who are publishing in fraud journals. So it's better not to publish.
Okay.
To stay away.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, is there any way to find out some of the journals from a particular branch? For example, mine is literature. So any literature journal which are good, how can I find it, or how can I
You
search
can go to
it?
Scopus
Okay.
and type the area, subject area, and then type English language or literature. You write literature.
Okay.
Here it is, literature and literary theory. Click on apply. We will use this filter. And at the moment, there are 1250 journals which are publishing in the literature area.
So
you
then we
can
have to
download that.
filter it in one by one. We have to do it manually.
You can do more filters, Q1 and Q2, which are the
Okay.
best ones. 3, 4. You leave 3, 4. Use this. Click on apply. Now the list will be shortened up. Now only 493 are there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Right.
Sir, I have one more question.
Yes.
This quartiles like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, not all journals give that status on their homepage.
Q3 and Q4 will not tell you that they are Q3 and Q4. Q1 and Q2 will tell, because this is a proud moment. जो बच्चा क्लास में फर्स्ट आया है वो तो बताएगा, सेकंड भी बताएगा, 10th जो आया है वो कभी नहीं बताएगा कि वो क्या आया है. So Q3 and Q4 are the last leg of the journals. They stay in the databases, but they do not publicize it. They avoid, because then people will not send them the paper. Who will
And
say that? मैं फोर्थ आया हूँ और मुझसे आप मुझे फंडिंग दो, प्रॉपर कोई फंडिंग मिलेगी।
एंड इज इट पॉसिबल दैट वो जर्नल Q3 या Q4 में है बट स्टिल
आगे बढ़
उसका
सकता है, वो
इम्पैक्ट
बढ़
फैक्टर
सकता है।
हाई है?
इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर तो वेब ऑफ साइंस देगा, वो मैं वेब ऑफ साइंस के पेज जाकर पता करना पड़ेगा कि उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर है। चांसेस बहुत कम है कि Q3 और Q4 और इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर बहुत हाई है। दोनों चीजें होती हैं
अच्छा।
जब Q1 होता है और इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर भी हाई होता है। ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि वेब ऑफ साइंस उसको बहुत ऊपर लेके जा रहा है और स्कोपस में वो नीचे है, क्योंकि जो उसकी डिजिटल प्रेजेंस है वो तो दोनों को बराबर ही दिखेगी, साइटेशंस भी दोनों को बराबर ही दिखेंगी। दोनों की मेथोडोलॉजी फर्क है लेकिन इतना भी डिफरेंट नहीं है वो। तो अगर बहुत
बिकॉज
ज्यादा
वाई
अच्छी साइटेशंस है तो उसका Q3 नहीं, Q1 और Q2 ही होगा फिर वो।
Because why I'm asking, sir, I am a science person. I am a science
हम्म।
graduate. So
तो आपका तो इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर
I
बहुत होता है, साइंसेस में इम्पैक्ट
हाँ,
फैक्टर बहुत ऊपर तक जाता है।
so like PubMed Science Direct में
हाँ
जो
हाँ।
पेपर्स हैं उसमें सर Q1 Q2 नहीं लिखा रहता है, दो दे हैव इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर
पबमेड
ऐसे
का
5 एंड
और
अबव।
देखिए पबमेड का और इसका क्लैरिवेट का Q1 Q2 से लेना देना ही नहीं है। Q1 Q2 स्कोपस की टर्म है, तो वो क्यों
ओके
लिखेंगे? पबमेड वाले कभी भी क्लैरिवेट की टर्म नहीं यूज करेंगे, क्लैरिवेट वाले
ओके
स्कोपस की नहीं
ओके
करेंगे, स्कोपस वाले उनकी नहीं करेंगे। ये तीनों अलग अलग कंपनी है, अलग अलग काम करती हैं। तो
ओके
Q1
ओके
Q2 टर्म जो है वो स्कोपस की है,
ओके सर
वो सिर्फ
ओके।
वो स्कोपस के ही आपको डेटाबेस में दिखेगी और कहीं नहीं दिखेगी। तो जर्नल की मर्जी है वो यूज करे ना करे। मैंने अभी तक अपने जर्नल पे यूज नहीं किया क्योंकि मेरा जर्नल Q2 है, अभी हुआ है। Q3 था पहले, Q4 रहा, फिर Q3। अब हम उसको वेबसाइट पे अपडेट करेंगे कि हम Q2 हो गए हैं। Q2 तक लोग उससे पहले लेते नहीं है वो।
ओके सर, सर थैंक यू फॉर दैट क्लैरिफिकेशन।
राइट मैम। So right, thank you. Evening time and my family is waiting. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you to organizers. So we will meet again, and this time we will have a 3 hours of the live demonstration of the workshop, and that we'll try to do in the morning time from 11 to 1 or something like 10:30 to 1:30. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, AK sir, for giving me this opportunity. And I have given you my details, everybody, and we will stay in touch. And please message me the feedback, the journals you would like to verify. I will be able to answer all the queries. As many queries are there, I will be able to answer them.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really very interesting, and a passionate researcher and a teacher. A very engaging session late in the evening, but I'm sure all my faculty
Yeah,
colleagues.
so because of the late hours also,
Hey, but still,
I
you took us through very in detail, and the passion of yours in research and the expertise it is reflecting. So thank you so much, sir. I'm sure all of us would vouch. It was a very we actually invested our time in the late evening, and it was
yes,
really
yes.
a good informative session. Thanks a
Thank
ton,
you.
sir. We have
Thank you,
shared.
everybody. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
have
So
put a good.
please share the data. Please share the queries, the data, and I will be there to help you out. So now the last point is do not publish without getting it verified. Do not pay anybody without getting it verified. Do not send us your research paper. Do not send us your research. Only the name of the journal will be there to help us, to help you out. So only the name of the journal. Do not send us your research, and please be very, very careful. Do not send your paper to anybody without knowing that who is that person, because your research can be misused and your paper can be sold to somebody else. And when you will see that your paper has been published by somebody else, you have the raw data, you have the raw paper with you, but somebody else has published. That happens because you send your paper for checking to the person whom you do not know. So please be very, very careful. Only send the journal's name. Do not send your research to anybody else without knowing. Be very, very careful. Right. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.